served 22 years in the Navy. Yeah. Oh. You've heard of my work? Huh? Yeah, I did a little off-Broadway production called Iraq 2. Oops, I did it again. Yeah, I actually served in Iraq and Afghanistan at the same time, and it was really weird because it kind of felt like cheating, you know? We'd take off one day, and then we'd land, and then we'd take off and bomb the other country the other day. And I'm a one-war girl. I'm just not into polyamory. Yeah, the military was and is like weirdly queer though, because I think people don't like recognize how queer it is. Like it's pretty much when I joined, it was like the height of don't ask, don't tell, which was basically a no homo speakeasy policy. Like we all knew who was gay, they just couldn't say anything, especially with their mouth full. I had this one guy who would walk around and he would go, hey, I can't ask you and you can't tell me, but I can tell you, you're gay. He had like a 98% success rate, okay? And I don't think it was bigotry because he invited me to his wedding. Yeah, and his husband was awesome. He was really nice. Yeah, actually, Don't Ask, Don't Tell was repealed during Obama's first term. Yeah, thanks, Obama. It's a good one. But, you know, they don't just, like, repeal and change something, huge policy like that. They got to tell everybody about it and, like, brief the crew. So they pull all of us together, and I was a chief petty officer, so we're in charge of, like, good order and discipline. So we got to, like, know, you know, what the rules are before we tell the crew. But we all still have opinions. So we're in there, and the captain's going through the policy, and he says, okay, it's okay to be gay, lesbian, and what's a bisexual? And the aide had to tell him, and it goes, oh, you don't have to pick one? That's crazy. That's going to change a lot of things around here. But, yeah, so we're in the middle of this briefing, and this one chief stands up, and he goes, Captain, I don't like it, sir. I don't want them dudes looking at me in the shower. Yeah, I know, it got real tense in there for a second. And the captain was like trying to figure out what to say, but this other guy stood up, and he was a big, burly aviation bosun's mate. He was built like a gorilla, because his job was to shove aircraft around on a flight deck. He didn't skip arm day or leg day or throwing barrels at Mario Day. But he stood up and he looked at him and he goes, JF, ain't none of them dudes looking at you in the shower. We all know you gotta pay for it when you pull into port. Jeff sat down, didn't say another thing for 6 months. It was great. Yeah. I actually I get most of my health care at the VA, the Veterans Affairs Hospital. They're trying. Not much, but they are trying, okay? And you know, in addition to your regular care doctor, you get 3 specialists in transgender healthcare, okay? You've got your therapist, because of our parents. You've got an endocrinologist to manage our hormones, and for trans women, you have the OBGYN. No one knows why we're there, okay? No one knows. Like, I take estrogen, but it's not magic, right? And I have actually good insurance aside from that, so I can afford a Beyond vulva with soy-based pussy. But it doesn't give me an impossible uterus, okay? But when you walk into the doctor, they always ask you 3 questions, and they say, hey, up in your flu shot, yeah. When was your last ovulation? Never. And the nurse looks up at me and goes, oh. When was your last pap smear? I'm pretty sure we just did this. And I say, never. And then she looks up at me again, and I laugh to relieve the tension. And she laughs, and I go home and cry because it's a Tuesday. But this one time last year, my comedian brain took over, and I said, oh, I'm overdue. So she says, great, we have an opening right now. And look, as a comedian and someone who eats in LA restaurants, I don't turn down an immediate booking. So she leaves the room, she hands me a gown. They come in a few minutes later, the doctor says, oh, Mrs. McGrath, how are you? Just relax. Yeah. And 5 medical professionals should have checked, I don't know, my intake form, my medical record, me. But he sets up his little buffet table. She's warming up the speculum. He gets out the KY and the little favorite collection of swabs. And he sits down in front of me like a mechanic about to do an oil change. Lifts up my gown and goes, huh. There was no pap to smear. I'm Jessica McLaren, fantastic.